Welcome to the Daily Boogie.
Agree or disagree? While you're mulling that over, I'll give you something to think about here. I hope you don't bring up your dinner.
Okay, take a look at this. It happened in the U.S. Capitol a few days ago. That was the U.S. Capitol last week as hundreds of protesters...
Does that look like hundreds to you? Just out of curiosity? Just out of curiosity? Not sure. Well, that may be by the by.
...descended on D.C., occupying the offices of more than a dozen lawmakers to remind them that time is running out for the young immigrants known as Dreamers. In September, the president killed the DACA program that shields hundreds of thousands of Dreamers from deportation.
The president killed the DACA program, just like he's killing the dreams of dreamers.
In September, the president killed the DACA program that shields hundreds of thousands of Dreamers from deportation. The deadline for Congress to offer up some kind of fix is March 5th. As Congress was rushing to get out of town last week after passing...
Christine says, wouldn't you worry if they keep investigating Trump over and over again and never stop? That's exactly what they're doing right now. Isn't it? Isn't that what Mueller's doing right now? I understand I'm perhaps a little, I have a sort of phlegmatic, laid-back demeanour, but, taking that into account, do I sound worried? Honestly. Over and over and over and over. That may be a bit hyperbolic. We're talking about just reopening an investigation. So just, I'll take over and over. Well, no, actually, I can only take one over because it has to... it's only once, the over. Yeah, because the investigation's been done and people decided that nothing to see there. And now they're reopening it again. So that only counts as one over. Okay. All right, so when we get up to like 6 times over and over and over and over, or thereabouts, however many it was, let me know and I'll tell you how I feel about it. Until then, though, no, I'm not worried at all, to be fair.
Their massive tax cuts.
Mr. Bearded Truth, thank you.
Dreamers held a die-in at Senator Mitch McConnell's office. They chanted in front of a reception in Democratic Senator Tom Utah of New Mexico's office. No papers, no fear. Senator Michael Bennet talked to the protesters in his lobby, where Dreamers pressed the Colorado Democrat for a firm commitment not to vote for a spending bill without protection for Dreamers.
We want you to publicly come out and say that you are willing to withhold your vote from any spending bill that does not include a Clean Dream Act.
I will do everything I can.
That's not enough.
Here's what I will do. I will do everything I can to pass the Dream Act that I have worked on so hard for so many years.
This is how you defuse.
That's not enough.
Huh? That's not enough, you see? He said, I will do everything that I can to pass what I've worked on so hard for these last few years. And he gets told that's not enough. He's a lovely young lady picking her nose in the office. It may be difficult, true, but you can investigate an innocent person forever just to harass them. Okay. I'm sure Trump is used to being harassed, to be fair. I mean, right? I don't think it bothers him too much. But if you want to investigate Trump to harass him, or if you're worried about Hillary Clinton being harassed by an investigation, then okay, that's fair enough. I take your point on board. I don't think it matters, but I take it on board. Yeah, that's true. Constant investigations can be used to harass people. That is true. 100%. I will agree with you on that. Christine, thank you very much. We have common ground, I'm sure of it. And I appreciate your questions and comments and your position. That's fine. I welcome it. So please happy to have you, and you're more than welcome. Thanks for contributing. Should make a poster of her face. That's very unfortunate, G-Slice. But I mean, they're in an office. Okay, they're in an office. This is a very important deal. This is a politician who is, he's basically fighting for their future, and we're standing here picking our nose. I mean, I've picked I'm a picker. I'm not throwing pickers into the pit of hell, generally speaking. But I mean, if you're in this situation, I mean, there's another one looking through a handbag. We've got people checking Facebook and taking selfies. This doesn't suggest to me that this is a particularly desperate group of people who are fighting for their rights, as I know it. Maybe the times have changed. Maybe now fighting for your rights means sitting on a lounge in a politician's office, picking your nose, checking Facebook and looking for makeup in your purse. Maybe that's what protesting is these days. And I'd be just as shocked as you are. But this does not look like a particularly frantic, disparate, energized, savvy group of protesters to me. But I could be wrong. But the point was, he said, I'm going to do everything I can to, fight for you. And there was a little comment off camera. Someone says, that's not good enough. Okay, so what... That's not good enough. What the hell else is he supposed to do? What do you want him to do? Do you want him to go in there and set landmines, on the floor of Congress? What's he supposed to do? I will do everything I can. That's not good enough. Well, then get the hell out of my office. Why am I talking to you? I will give you assurances that I will do the best that I can. That's not good enough. Would you like a cup of coffee? Would you like some cookies?
For so many years.
That's not enough.
That's not enough.
You get to go home on Christmas Day. Y'all get to spend it with your family. Y'all get to go have fun, eat dinner, sing, dance, Christmas carols. We don't. Us people go home and with fear.
You'll get to go home and spend Christmas with your family. We don't. Us people go home and we fear. If I was being particularly cynical and harsh, and, take it or leave it, but I do have this streak in me. Just letting you know, that's your trigger warning. If I was being particularly cynical and harsh, I would say, you can go home too. I think that's the problem. Sorry. It was too easy. It was like an underarm in the World Series. Like, over the fence. Hey, if you went home, there wouldn't be an issue, right?
Go home knowing that listening, your family's not going to be there. Go home fearing that your parents, the people who've been there, are not going to be there anymore. Why? Because y'all can't clean the dream back. Y'all can't clean it now. We don't need it next.
We need to get to a point, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and this goes to both sides, and this goes to all peoples, progressive or conservative, libertarian or communist, whatever your particular flavour may be. We need to get to the point where hysterical screaming is not considered plausible evidence and argument, because you're not helping your cause now. I mean, once upon a time, hysterical screaming may have worked to sway people in your favour. I'm just not sure that it's going to work in your favour now. I think you need to be a little bit smarter about it and a little bit more, presentable about it. I'm sorry. I'm sure it's really emotional, and these people have I'm sure that I'm not belittling. These people have genuine concerns and they're afraid. I get that. That's all understandable. But what I'm saying is, if you're sitting on the floor of a politician's office and the people around you are picking their nose and checking Facebook and taking selfies, and you're crying and screaming, it's not going to work. This is not a winning strategy. you.